Okay, well, let's get this going. But first, belly is huge. Can you guys see that? We're getting there. Anyway, if you hear little paws, that's my dog. She has been a little active today, and I can't get her to calm down. And I cannot lock her up. Like, locking her up is a crime. I cannot do that. Can we have it all? This is one of those questions I constantly ask myself. And then the follow-up question is, how can we balance all of life? Our careers, our passions, our social life, intimate relationships, all while maintaining our mental and emotional stability and sanity. I don't really have the secret recipe or can for sure say that we can have it all of the time. But what I do have is my experiences and lessons that I've learned and gained that have allowed me to pave my own way in finding my rhythm and stability in this busy world. So what I want to share with you today is the importance of using different strategies that are not only actionable and tangible, but strategies that are rooted in mindset and energetics so that you can create the life that you truly want. In other words, manifest in this physical world. And my approach is by connecting with my intuition and organizing my thoughts and ideas that are all up in the ether first. So that's where we'll start, with some tips on how to attune with your intuition. Now, welcome back to another episode of The Vivi Show. This space was created to reflect on the messy but beautiful reality of womanhood in today's world. It's the space where we get to untangle the intricacies of personal growth to the dynamic of work and family, and the ways that we have to navigate expectation, our own, others, and society. So don't forget to hit subscribe button. I often come back to this theme, and that's because it rings true in my life. Intuition is my strategy. Now hear me out. As human beings, but particularly women, our intuition is our greatest ally. It serves us not only just for the feminine soft side, but it is the guiding force in absolutely everything that we do. And that includes our careers. Our intuition is not a measurable metric that we can tick off at the end of the quarter, but this is our task. So I've learned to use my intuition to guide me in my next steps, in knowing what people to gravitate to and the places to go next. For the most part, I have been in tune with my intuition, and it's allowed me to enter into the most wildest, beautiful rabbit holes. But the struggle comes when we allow external noise to override that soft whisper. Our rational and logical brain dictates what we should do in order for us to find safety, security, success, status. But this is only the surface level. And when I've allowed my logical side to take over or take precedent, it's when I've hit against the most roadblocks. So story time. When I was stuck in a lull and couldn't get a job, no matter how many places I would apply, I got no for an answer. So I got desperate. My logical side was keep applying, get the first job, and then you'll figure it out. You just need to get money. So I accepted this sales job that I absolutely hated. I knew it wasn't what I wanted to do. I forced myself into that corner. And during this time, I was also in a relationship that I knew was time to end, but I couldn't let it go. So this is where my intuition played in this part. It was guiding me towards me to get started in my own company, but I pushed the idea away because I didn't feel ready. It wasn't the right time. I needed more experience. I needed to get further in my career before I could do any of that. And the opportunities were there, but I couldn't see them as opportunities. So when you override your intuition and you allow your logical side to take over, what happens is that you take longer to get to the destination. You'll get there, but you'll find more discomfort and challenge in the long term, more than you should have. So no matter how busy we get in our lives, learning to strengthen this muscle is essential for us to thrive as modern women. Everyone is unique and different, but the best ways to strengthen your intuition, in my opinion, are these two. So a mindfulness practice. When the world around you is busy as F and loud, it's a sign for you to go inward. So any of these following practices that I'm about to share with you will help you reconnect with yourself and can set you on that path. The first one is journaling. It can feel so simple and almost trivial, but allowing your thoughts and emotions to drip into your paper can be so powerful in awakening this voice inside of you. The idea is not to read what you wrote, but letting it be more of a stream of consciousness, just letting words come into paper and letting go of all the noise inside of yourself. And this creates space within you. And space allows you to uncover different parts of yourself or within yourself, and you gain awareness. So one of my favorite journaling prompts is, if I could do absolutely anything in this moment, no matter of time and resources, what would I do? Another mindfulness practice is breath and meditation. The most underrated tool for us to connect deeper within ourselves is our breath. Top performers and athletes use their breath to regulate their nervous system and reach for their goals. And a byproduct is, again, the space that we create within ourselves by doing so. We're also cleansing our mind and body with meditation and breath. What's a technique? Let's just keep it super simple. Taking deep, long breaths in and out can be your starting point. And you can do this literally anywhere without anyone noticing. And you can just do it for 1 to 3 minutes. And very similar to meditation is a practice I absolutely love called Yoga Nidra. And I like to think of this practice as a feminine way of meditating because you are laying down. It's a practice that is intentionally crafted to take you through different stages so that you can enter a deep state of awareness. Now, other than mindfulness practices, another way for us to connect deeper with our intuition is to attune with your wild. So our intuition isn't logical or linear. So when we get out of our rational mind and connect with our most primal wild parts of ourselves, we strengthen our intuition. Dancing can get you there. Putting on a song, dancing in your room where no one can see you, and just allowing your body to lead, not the mind. And then one of my favorites is do anything that brings you joy. I always ask myself, what did I love most to do when I was a child? And that answer always brings a smile to my face. Joy brings us to the present and builds a bridge between our everyday selves and our inner selves. The biggest game changer to getting things done and achieving is breaking down my goals to 90 days. It's long enough where you're able to make an impact, but also short enough to be able to reroute or change directions without you being too deep in all of the goals or feeling like you're regressing. So as someone who has huge goals and wants to do everything in the world, it can feel overwhelming in knowing where to start and how to track your progress. I focus on 3 key areas every 90 days and break them down into monthly goals. So for example, last quarter, I had 3 key areas: financial security, paying down debt, and budgeting. Then I had nourishment, soft life as a priority. This means taking care of myself, and my ultimate goal is to feel peace. So setting measures in place to do this. Then I had work, staying committed with work at EduNode and carving out space to launch the Vivi Show. And within this, I have tangible goals that I can easily track, like my finances. There's work where I set goals of how much content I want to share and getting the right team to support me. And at EduNode, I have KPIs within the company, but I also have individual goals here. And then I have my emotional and energetic goals that I track by how I feel overall at the end of each week or month. If there is anything for you to take away from, is simplicity is key. And this will be even more important to double down on when life's challenges come up. And the best method to follow is one tiny step at a time. When life gets in the way and you can't get your journaling or your meditation or any of your self practices in for that day, that week, or maybe even a month, it's happened to me, then all you can control is taking the next step. You can't go wrong here. One tiny step to get you moving, and then the next step, and that's all you need to focus on. Not the 1,000 to-do items or the 100 goals you set yourself to accomplish in this lifetime. And then I like to check in with myself. I have this indicator that helps me know how well I'm moving throughout life. For me, that's peace. This is what I prioritize almost all the time. If I'm staying true to myself, if I'm meeting my goals, peace really is that barometer, if you want to say that. Most of the times, it's not a yes or no answer. It's on a spectrum. In one end, feeling the most peaceful I could feel, and then the other end, feeling angry and uneasy. So I just gauge where I'm at in that spectrum. And as someone who has been deep into the holistic and wellness worlds and has tried many rituals and self-practices, keeping it simple is the way to go. I firmly believe that we are all cyclical beings. So at times, I need more of these practices, while others, I cut back and just stick to the basics, like one tiny step at a time. All right. Now, thank you for sticking with me to the end of this video. As a reminder, if you loved what I've shared or resonated in any way, I invite you to hit the subscribe button and share this with someone you love.